You know, I've done this about 5 freaking times. Part of the reason is people keep on driving in and talking to me. So it's becoming a bit of a pain. I'm still looking at them now. It's driving me nuts. But anyway, look, this is Michael. Before I get into where I'm from, I want to talk about a bunch of other people who I'm doing collaboration with. And I'll start, and there's no particular order, except I will start off with Homestead Aus. That's Lynn and Wayne. They're from Victoria. And then I'll move on to another Victorian, I suppose, Little Gardens, Big Dreams. They're also, like I said, from Victoria, and that's Tim and Kat. Now, yes, lovely, lovely lady, making noise while I'm doing my filming. The Nature Patch, Robin, she's from Queensland. And not least is Josh, Inya Yard Homestead, Western Australia. Pretty cool place. Big and vast and barren, as far as I'm aware. I've never been there. And there's one other person. He's really, really nice, fantastic guy. Just he's full of information. And that's me, Michael from Aussie Homestead. O'Donnell's, by the way. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move on to showing you a few things, what we're doing. We're talking about today, fatigue. Frugal ideas. Yes, fatigue, yes, I'm feeling pretty fatigued. And frugal ideas. Things to save a buck around the farm and what you can come up with. And I'm Mr. Master at that. So we'll move on. Look, just behind me here. I'll pan it around slowly. See that? Wood chip. Why go out and do a garden wood chip and pay, X amount of dollars when you go to the source and who chop it all up? They want to get rid of it. What would you call it? The nurseries, they charge you for it. So I go direct to the source. I get my wood chips for free. There's one for you. There's been a new joiner to our little group. That is Farming Life Australia. He's John. He is a real farm. You get a kick out of him. And he's a working farm, not just a hobby farm. Out of this. See, I'm weeding the garden now. I had wood chip put over here. Piles and piles of wood chip. And I've been talking about over a foot thick. And it turned really quick because it was old wood. It turned to soil really quick. And it's absolutely full of these little fellas. Now, wouldn't a fish love that? Holy jeez. That is some piece of, wrong one. That's one worm. And they're full of them. The garden is full of it. So, I've got to weed it. But tell you what, that when it turns to soil, I can't believe it. This was all wood chip, now it's just one big pile of soil. Fantastic. Wow, anybody would think it was summer. Really hot. Oh, well, I suppose it's above pleasantly hot, put it that way. And we're not used to it. Look behind me. Pallets used all along here to keep my oranges in. You've seen this before, to protect my oranges from the goats. Cheap fencing, doesn't last forever, but it gets them up to a size before they totally rot. So once it gets big enough, I don't care about the likes of the goats getting to it. They won't be able to reach them, hopefully. But having said that, a great way to save a buck. I use it also for other purposes. The pallets, as you know, I've planted in the goat paddock. I don't know if you can see it over there. Yep, my maple trees, got them around it. I made them a cubby house for the goats to climb up. Around my fruit trees in my orchard, I've got pallets. I can't stress enough how good pallets are. There's people come up with creative ways of doing everything. My pigs have a shelter out of pallets. What a great little money saver. Weeding my garden also. If you look in here, I just weeded a bit of the garden, threw all the thistle and stuff in there, and the pigs have a great old meal. Again, another little frugal tip. There's multitudes of little trickies you can do. You can also go to a local bakery and see about getting good old bread. That saves a lot of money. If you get enough bread, you can keep, or go to a fruit shop, and one that sells all the fruits. They're desperate to get rid of their old produce, and if you can find the right one and look after you can keep your pigs, your animals. Well, just out of my bread, and my son gets the scraps from a butcher, not butcher, from a fruiterer, and between him and me and the bread, all the avenues are covered. I use grain for little extra perks to make them happy, you know. Like no one like to eat the same stuff day in, day out, do you? So why should they be any different? Have a look along there. See all that orange stuff? They're tiles. Tiles, I run out of getting road base from people and stuff like that. I just put the feelers out, people I used to know in the industry. But even if you don't know anybody, you can certainly check around and ask a few. Say, look, they want to get rid of it, you want it, works out good for everybody. But there, I didn't have an ink, so I got hold of broken up roof tiles, and spread it along there, and it makes a good base. You know, it gets crushed down into the wet ground, makes it firmer for later. Yep, that's one other good thing. Now look on the hill there. I'll try and expand it. Yep, see that there? Well, they're concrete blocks. I'll just zoom it down a bit smaller. They're concrete blocks. Now, I went to a local cement yard, a concrete yard. I don't know what you... Yeah, I suppose I can't think of any other names for it, just in case you understand. But when they pour the cement to go into a slab or someone's house or something, industrial building, they have leftover. And what they do with it, they pour it into a square block. Well, not quite square, it's all about 1 tonne is about what they make them to. They're 1.1 tonnes. Close enough to a tonne, so I don't worry about it. So you get those, they put an eye in them, and I'm using them to block off the end of my pond there. Another thing I do, have a look here. I had some big old stumps lying around from when they had a demolition guy here, and so there's an old footing for a light pole and that. Now I could use that in my bottom of my pond, but I wanted more squarer stuff, so it doesn't, because I'm going to climb across it with my excavator. But you look at this here. We've got the likes of this big old rock. I've got another stump. Now the goats can go clomp, 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 clomp. They have a great place to play. And they come over here in the shade and just sit on the rocks. They're pretty nice. So that's another use for stuff you might have stuck around the farm. And that's the other thing I was talking about. There's all my maples going up there. And yep. Here's another one. Totes. I think, whatever you like to call them 250 gallon, 1,000 litre chemical holder, or whatever they use for, vegetable oil, whatever. Now you get one of those, you can fill it up with water, sorry. Stick it on some pallets again, that gives it a bit more height, more gravity, and then you can put some plumbing in, and you can plumb it to your main water source, or you can just refill it. That one there refills. The others over in the yard, over there, over the far side. Hope it's not getting blurred out by the sun, it's pretty hot, you know, the glare. But they come from that over there, that water tank on the far side there. Gets it off that old roof of that office of mine. Yeah, this storage shed here, I've got 3 of them there. That's 3,000 litres. It all goes into my son's totes. So he got a few of them, I have a few of them. We just pick them up. We use it for our animals. Pretty cool. Even with all that, they still run the water out. It's quite surprising how how these animals will drink. Yeah. So that's where I'm going to put all the blocks. I put them strings there to line it all up. That's where all the blocks are going in to block the water flow. Now, if I was to, I haven't got enough clay, so I'm using those big concrete blocks. I'm going to drop the concrete blocks in there, the concrete blocks in there, and I'll pour some cement, just the quick drying in between the cracks, and I'll anchor them together, and you're going to have a wall there. Pretty excited about that one. Look, it's not finished here yet, but if you look at that they're passion fruit vines. I'm using it for a more of a screen, so cover up the pallets here, my totes. So, but a couple of the vines have got destroyed by goats, and I've had to replant them. They've been chewed out a few times now, but to beat that problem, guess what I did? Stuck some more pallets up. Looks pretty good, all that there, doesn't it? I think so. Hey, big boy. People don't realise how big Brahmas are till you put them next to a normal rooster. Holy jeez. And I believe they make them big in the States too, bigger than we got here. Hey, big fella. Yeah, he's not happy about me being here now. He's always eyeing me up. He hits me in the back of the legs sometimes. Yeah, just showing you my little beastie. Look, a bit messy at the moment. I've got a lot of cleaning up to do still. I just got to throw it away. These old cages, I put a wire. These are for rabbitry. I just throw up on a pallet so the chickens can get underneath, and when it's dry, they'll get under there and they'll dig up all that food and peck at it and get the worms, because there'll be worms in there. It's been raining a lot here. These are young quail here. I don't want to put them with the big ones yet when they start laying eggs, but there's a man's come along. He wants 60 quail. So I've got to get going. Now, if you put quail and chickens together when they're young, when they come in, I have them in the same incubator, they're happily coexisting. But if I put them out in the yard, the chooks would probably pick on the quail and kill them. They've been out there before and they haven't been killed, but it would be inevitable. Very territorial, the old chook is. What I was saying before over here, these are my orchard, and the goats were destroying it. They don't get to it. Not one has been hurt yet, except one gate was left open, and they went in. That was a bit disappointing. I just remembered, I have one cage I haven't finished yet over there. I haven't put a fruit tree in. We better do that, better I? Over here, it's pretty dark to see here, but of course I've graded it. There you go. This is an old site shed. It was lying on the property when I got it. Rather than throwing it away, I just sat it there, put a gutter off the back, catch the water off that. That's why I've leaned it, so I get more water flow. Now that was for the chooks. It's got chook roosts inside, but because I've got other roosts, I let the goats go in there now. That's how they get out, because goats don't like the rain. By the way, Bill, look over there. Look at that goat. He was up on that fence. He's trying to find a way to get through that pallets. There you go. I don't know if you can see. I'll bring it in closer. That goat there, the mother, has been busting her gut. She's been trying to climb over. She's trying to do everything and leaning through, because there's a nice little treats in there, and I haven't de-weeded it for a while, and so she's trying to get in there. Look at that. Look at that. See? Frugal at work. So, I've taken you around. I've showed you a few of my ideas to save a buck or two. If you, what you need to do now, yes, give me the big thumbs up, and share me out with all your friends. I'm pretty easy that way. I don't mind being given out to other people. But I would also like it if you would go over to the other 4 people who's doing this collaboration with me. Go and have a look at their channels and see what they have to offer. They'll come up probably with a lot different ideas. Maybe the same, I don't know. But one way to find out, go and have a look. Like I said, In Your Backyard, Josh, Robin, The Nature Patch, Tim and Kathy, my brain's gone dead. Tim Cathy's at Little Gardens, Big Dreams, and finally, but not least, Aussie, Homestead Aus. I got it back to front. Homestead Aus, and that is Lynn and Wayne. See, that's not bad going. I've got a terrible memory, and I remembered that. So I'm really happy. So you can be really happy too. You get over there and have a look. Catch ya. Oh, there's also a late joiner to our little group doing this vlog. That is Farming Life Australia, John. Look, I've been going over his channel a lot. He's a real farmer. He's not like us, a bunch of tryhards. He's got a working farm. It is quite enjoyable going and seeing it. Catch you later.